Hey folks, with all the tech advancements, picking the right product can be a real head-scratcher. No worries though, we've rounded up the 6 absolute best. Check the description for all the deets and the latest prices. Black Shark 5 Pro. Maintaining a stable positions as the best gaming phone is difficult. This gadget must indeed be among the most powerful available, but it also can't cost too much. The Black Shark 5 Pro offer remarkable values for the money. It's not on cheap gadgets, but it doesn't feel overpriced either. In addition, a device needs to be equally valuable as a smartphones and a gaming machines for it to be considered the best gaming phones overall. The Black Shark 5 Pro's camera is perfect for this purpose. Although you'll have to give up some smartphone features, wireless charging being the most glaring, you'll still have a practical devices with a respectable battery life. However, the Black Shark 5 Pro comes into its own when loaded with a few games. The beautiful OLED screens and the accompanying physical pop-ups trigger buttons ensure a fluid and responsive gaming experience. Touch capacitive button have largely replaced these physical clicker on modern smartphone. The little touches like these made the game so much more enjoyable for us. When you combines all of that with the fact that the Black Shark line looks and feels like any other smartphones, you have hidden weapons at your disposal. Without even breaking the bank, this is the phone of your dream. Asus ROG Phone 7 Ultimate. If you disregard cost, there is no competitions between the Asus ROG Phones 7 Ultimate and any other gaming phone on the market. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chips give it one of the fastest performance of any Android phone, and it's packed to the gill with gaming-oriented features, as evidenced by our benchmark test. We prefers not having to rely solely on touchscreens prods, so the AirTrigger's ability to simulate physical triggers makes them our favorite feature. The haptic feedback is excellent, and the trigger can be assigned to any action in the games. In Call of Duty Mobile, we used them to crouch and fires. The ROG Phone 7 Ultimate's rear screen panel display useful information, such as the device's charging status and notification. When the phone's internal temperature get too high, the automatic panel on the back will open to let more air in and calm things down, thanks to Asus' thoughtful designs. The Asus ROG Phone 7 Ultimate has the best speaker, the largest AMOLED screens, and the largest battery of any gaming phones currently available. The one major drawback is the price, which is well over £1,000 or dollars. This makes the regular Asus ROG Phone 7 appealing, but the Ultimate model is still the best bet. RedMagic 7 Pro. When it comes to mobile gamings, the Nubia RedMagic 7 Pro is unrivaled. You're getting a mobile gaming experience like no other thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processors, up to 18GB of RAM, and 120Hz AMOLED display. Not only is the 7 Pro extremely potent on paper, but it also managed to wring every last drop of performance out of its component thanks to RedMagic's own Red Core 1 chips, which offloads non-essential processing tasks from the Snapdragon chipsets, and the 20,000 RPM fan, which keep everything cool. Despite our annoyances with the test unit's lingering menu navigational and everyday software bug, the 7 Pro held its own as a standard smartphone in addition to its gaming prowess. Sure, the cameras won't be able to compete with the Samsung Galaxy ranges or the iPhone 13 Pros, but with 120W fast charging outside of the US and AMP Canada, 65W in North America and AMP Canada, and in solid battery life, there's plenty going on here. Sony Xperia 1 V. An all-new lead camera sensor and the latest Snapdragon Silicon are the biggest upgrades for Sony's 5th gen flagship. It's a much better low-light shooter as a result and makes better use of computational photography to hold the hands of newbies, but it remains a serious device aimed at creative pros. Its aluminium mid-frame has a series of embossed lines running along it too. This is Sony trying to make the Xperia 1V stand out from its predecessors, but in that classic low-key Sony way. Instead, the front camera sits in a little blank expanse of bezel above the screen. Phone makers try to eliminate as much of this surround as possible, but Sony isn't like everyone else. Camera still avoids all the issues of the much earlier models in the series. They had a processing that looked bad up close, with coarse, jagged, or strangulated detail. All of that is gone, and the Sony Xperia 1V now has a more relaxed approach to detail rendering in most cases than, for example, the Huawei P60 Pro. The Sony Xperia 1V is fairly similar to its predecessor. It doesn't shake things up too much in this series, but as such, it does feel quite distinct from the competition, even when placed next to phones with some of the same specs. Here are some other key models to consider. iPhone 15 Pro Max. For those who don't require all the advanced feature of the more expensive iPhone 15 Pro's series, the all-new iPhone 15 is in great options. This flagship devices by Apple come in 5 colors: pink, yellow, green, blue, and black. It has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR displays, like its predecessor, and several new features that makes it worth considering, starting with the dynamic island. The iPhone 15 has significantly upgraded its camera game this year with an 48mm primary cameras and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens with a wide 120-degree fields of view (FOV) that can captures your memories in breathtaking detail. However, the ultra-wide lens has remained unchanged from last year and still lack an autofocus feature. You can switch it back 12MP to save storage's space, but the 24MP photo are worth the extra space as they looks remarkable overall. And the minor size difference is negligible. The new camera features will help you capture every moment in stunning details and relive them for years to come. The iPhone 15 still only support a 60Hz refresh rates, which is unfortunate for a smartphone in 2023. This limitation negatively affects gaming and web browsing experience for user with quick finger. It should also be noted that the iPhone 15 come with last year's A16 Pro chips. This isn't bad, but you aren't getting the latest and great chips Apple has offers on a smartphone. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. You'd be forgiven for thinking Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultras could be a bit of a boring update. After all, Samsung wasn't changing the designs or doing anything drastic with the S22 Ultra's basic formulas, but a few tweaks turned out all S22 Ultra needed to become truly incredible. The color choice are as subtle or stylish as you want them to be, and it's all backed with Gorilla Glass Victus 2, Samsung's Armor aluminums, and an IP68 ratings for dust and water resistances. This makes a difference in image quality, but the biggest wow factors comes from the improved zoom. The battery is solid and can last 2 days with moderate use. Even more intensive uses will see it last in full day with some changes at the end. Its impressive endurances. Charging tops out at 45W, which should refills your battery in about an hour, though there's no charger in the box, so you will need to buy your own. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra start at $1,200 with 256GB of storages, so it will cost you quite a lot of money. However, with some exceptional cameras, stupendous processing powers, and 2 days of battery life, it's fair to say this phone can easily last you for many years before needing to be replaced. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to hear more from us, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icons to get notified of our new videos.